Mattagami is a very nice small community with an excellent group of people and family members that support each other. I couldn't ask for anything better. We are here in the hatchery today because this hatchery is something that the community has invested in that plays an important role in our lifestyles.
We were out with a few other members out netting, and we decided that the harvest was plentiful, but we figured that we'd had to do a little more for the environment. So we got together and we formed a hatchery.
With this hatchery, we can fertilize walleye eggs and put fish back into our lake and ensure that there's going to be a stock of fish for our future generations to come.
Some of the challenges were just getting the base of everything. Yeah, you need a structure to set up a hatchery, right? And then slowly getting the funding and proving to the public that you can actually do it. But after the first year, I think we had 2 million successful fry go back into the waters around. And as soon as people started recognizing that this is actually happening, there was more funding that came in, and we just progressed from there.
Once they've seen the results and seen the good that it brought to the community, I think today it's a success that it is.
It's something that the whole community participates in, netting the fish and milking the eggs and fertilizing. We had kids from our school come down and they helped us fertilize the eggs. They used a microscope to look at the eggs as they were incubating. They helped us put fry back into the river system once they hatched. They ask questions and get a good idea of why we do this.
When the children get involved, they get a sense of worth, and they get their identity as Native people. They're trying to grasp onto what can I do? There's something inside me to promote who I am. So during the hatchery, they can see the stages of actually going out, netting the fish, bringing them back, milking the fish, fertilizing them, putting them in, and they can watch the whole process, and then they can see the fish going off into the wild again, and they played a huge part in that. And that gives anybody, whether you're Native or non-Native, a sense of worth, a good feeling. So that's where I see this going, expansion and more community involvement.
We went and set a net today. We're working on the hatchery. You know much about the hatchery? So what kind of fish is in the hatchery?
Pickerel.
Yeah. So this is the process of fertilizing the eggs in our hatchery. It starts from the eggs, the fish that are in our live wells. Once they're ready, the eggs are ready to come out. This is the process that we take. So who's got a female? So Hudson has a female. He'll be squirting the eggs out of the female into the bowl. So as they're doing that, I will be steering it. Mark will put a couple of drops in. I'll say milk. He puts milk in, then he goes and puts that male back, and he gets another male. And as he's doing that, I'm mixing. Hudson is still squeezing the eggs out of the female. And then once the female is done, Hudson will go put the female back in the live well. And then once the eggs hit air, they have 2 minutes that they open up to accept the milk from the male. So after a 2-minute window of mixing the eggs in the milk, we'll use this stuff. It's called Filler's Earth. It's basically just a compound of a mud and water mixture. And what that does is when you put the Filler's Earth in the water, it coats the eggs, so that way the eggs don't stick together when we're done the fertilization. So from there, the process is just straining the eggs out of out of the pail into our beakers that we have over there. They sit in there until they hatch.
Yeah, so in these incubator jars here, here's where we have the walleye eggs. So they will sit in here for between 21 to 28 days. So when they swim up here, we'll take them from like this and just scoop them out and then bring them here. And yeah, we have about, I don't know, 10 different places on this lake that I'll bring them to. We noticed a big difference in our lake over the past 7 years, especially the areas that I do drop them in. I'll go there and, you know, throw a line in, and just every 2 minutes I'll be pulling up little, you know, ones that I dropped there 3 years ago. So, yeah, and the community, everybody notices that too.
And then the eggs eventually turn into what?
Fish.
Oh, right. But the reason why we do this is that we want to secure enough fish for our future generations to sustain themselves. Fishing is a big part of our culture, and we want to ensure that our future generations be able to enjoy that part of their culture.
You can see they're getting real dark color, eh? They're just about hatch down there like that?
That one will probably go first. Every once in a while, we'll get some of the elders to come down to see how things are going, and we explain it to them how the process works and the benefits of it. It's very inspiring to be able to do that and see the look in the elders' eyes when we explain that stuff to them.
Pickerel, eh? That's, in the Ojibwe you call it ogans. That's the name of a pickerel in the Ojibwe, ogans. And these are eggs, gigons, wow. That's fish eggs. Ogans, wow, that's the pickerel eggs.
It's exciting. It's fun. Why wouldn't it be? You're part of nature. You're understanding how nature actually works, and you're involved. And the rewards are just immense. And it's put Mattagami on a very positive note as far as all the community around us. We've got many cottagers, many anglers, and they've been seeing the results of putting fry fish back into the stream, how successful it is. And I think every time we have a fish derby on Mattagami Lake, every year we keep getting that, the lake is getting better and better, and nobody can understand why, because there's lots of pressure. Well, the secret is that contribution that Mattagami is doing back to the lake. I want Mattagami to keep its roots. I want Mattagami to be happy, to thrive, and I really want Mattagami to be sought after. I want them to be one of the forefronts as far as community goes, First Nation communities, and I think we're on our way there.
It's turned out to be a very successful project. Be Native, it's actually like we're keepers of the land, and it's a feel-good feeling. Back in the day when we used to make nets, my grandfather remembers telling me as a child, this is what he did. And this is our right. This is your right as an Ojibwe man. There's these specific spots where you can go. We already know where they are. And when you go down to these specific spots, there's actually pictographs on the rocks. And it just makes me feel like this has happened from time and time immemorial. You know, it's unbelievable. So, yeah. It's a real good feeling. It's more than a feeling. It's part of you. So yeah.